Hello, everyone.
What's up, fellas?
Vibes are
What's up,
strong.
Armand? What's up, Jules?
What up, Jen?
It's a great year, great start to the year so far. Hope you
Bro,
guys
so-
are sourcing plenty of product, making plenty of money.
Yeah, one actually a major. I'm actually about to tell you in the private chat too. A major retailer sale is going down now. It's fire. You ever bought from there?
That's not what I expected from you, but
It's
yes,
good, dude. It's good though. It's good. I swear to God, it's good.
a
No
rare departure from clothing for you.
Small and light. Yeah. Well, you'll like the reasoning why I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, long time no see, Jules. Let's flip it on you. What's up, Peyton? What's up, Mia? What's up, Zolfa? That's funny. Yeah, so let us know what we can help you guys out with. We'll be here for at least 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, 30, 40 minutes. I got an 8 o'clock, but yeah,
For
life's
sure.
good. Good to see everyone in here. It's going to be a great year. We are here to help. Our DMs are open, right? We got tons of videos. We're going to keep making tons of videos to help you guys get going with the stuff. They're loving the camera quality too.
It's the same camera. It's just the new upgraded mic probably makes it seem nicer.
Oh, is that the Shure one?
Yeah.
Cool. Does it have the logo on there?
Somewhere.
You got to cover it. Yeah. You got to.
Right there. It's like impossible.
Really.
Well, you got to cover the logo. Why?
Big one that some of them
it's
have.
not like we're multi-million view streamers.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are watching, obviously live or on the replay, your first few steps: go watch Miles' free course. Go dive through my beginner playlist on the channel. Keep a SellerAmp. That's it. You need about $1,000. That's like the starter kit, right? And then take action. Do not spend the next month watching videos. It's January. You need that momentum. You need to buy something. You need to watch a couple hours of video, buy an item, list at FBM, make the sale, prove the concept to yourself. You cannot let your brain will not believe that you can put up the numbers that people are putting up until you give it a shot, until you sell something, right? So if you've been on the streams for a while, we love hanging out with you, but make sure you're also taking action, and that's kind of your simple roadmap.
Yep. And if you got the Nike out within 30 minutes, go scan the whole damn Nike out. Here.
Eduardo applied to sell on Amazon today. Bang. Go paper trade your products right now while you're waiting for the account. Say, oh, this product looks good. I would buy it today. And then when your account's all set up in 2 weeks, maybe the product's still good, or you check it in a couple weeks. It's like, oh, I would have made money. So you can just kind of prove the concept right away, even without buying stuff if you don't have the account ready.
Yeah, and I think another thing that's really important for beginners to note is that if you see people selling stuff in their store, they found it profitable, especially if the price is stable. If the price is just shot down, probably not profitable right now somewhere, but you can figure out, okay, where are the products carried, right? By Googling with SellerAmp, and that's like, okay, we got to figure out what discounts exist on these different websites, and there's several ways to do that, right? You want to go through the whole checklist. Okay, is it on any of the free Chrome extensions, right? Did customer service, you can literally just ask customer service, ask in Discord, right? Look around on Google. If you Google, for example, Foot Locker coupons, you'll see footlocker.com/coupons literally has a 20% right there that you can use again and again. That is entirely the key with online arbitrage. Very little is going to be profitable at the advertised price that you see it, right? Occasionally stuff will. The vast majority of things are going to require some sort of discount to become profitable.
For sure. All right. FBM was wondering when you should stop selling a product, when it's no longer profitable, or when you can't source it cheap enough anymore.
Yeah. And over the long term, pretty much everything you are going to be able to source again, but definitely in a macro, like 2-month long cycle, a lot of stuff, some stuff you aren't going to be able to.
Yeah, you're saying you bought 30 and only one sold. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't restock on that. Just wait for it to sell. Check. You might need like a repricer active on that too. It could be or it's just a slow selling item. Can you send multiple products in one box? Yeah, absolutely. As long as it's under 50 pounds. You'll just enter like the box contents basically that tells Amazon what's in each box, and no extra fees or anything like that. Just as long as you communicate that.
Do you actively sell anything on the auto ungate list? Yes. Where is a good place to source those products? So a lot of the auto ungate stuff is going to be small brands. So a lot of them are just going to be on the brand websites actually. But that's like a fairly lazy question, man. Like you gotta be looking stuff up and everything. Like, because what makes you learn more? Me telling you where to go buy something, or you finding it on your own?
You'll certainly remember one a lot more. You'll remember the first item you find for years.
Yeah, I know exactly. Well, I remember the fourth item I ever sold was an $86 textbook that I got for free.
Yep.
And
It
then
was a diet book, and then the arbitrage was like a rip off of like Lego. It was like a Penn State helmet. I remember exactly what it
yeah,
was.
I remember my first OA item was the Adidas Light Racer shoes, Light Racer 3.0s. Ironically,
Those are
like
still good sometimes.
yeah, for sure. I don't know why they keep like kind of retroing them and such, but yeah, for sure. Do I need to have an LLC? Nope.
It can help, but you don't need to have it from the jump. If you have like a house, then probably a good idea. But
Yeah, do your
odds
own
that you need
research
it are
on
very
that, though.
slim.
Yeah. We're
Um,
on the internet.
how do you guys find new cities for suppliers after exhausting local supplier searches? So,
Open
well,
up a map. Google
yeah,
Maps.
like anything in your state is like pretty cheap to ship to you. Anything that's in bordering states is reasonable. A big one I'll put you on is the Dun & Bradstreet database. Go to, I think it's non-durable goods or something like that. Click the state you're in or states you're nearby, and it'll list in order of how big the company is, who they are, and what their information is. It's basically like a directory of big, large companies.
But if you're asking that question, you definitely didn't max out your current area too, that's definitely a positive. Ways to pass buy limits. Place multiple orders, man.
I love it. Chat is popping tonight. Glad to have everybody in here. Hopefully, you're all actually taking action on this stuff, but it's a lot of familiar names that we know are selling. So good to see you guys. Should you still using FBM to start just for the feel of it? Absolutely, because you're gonna buy the product, and instead of shipping it off to Amazon, waiting 2 weeks for the sale, you buy the product. It shows up. You make the sale that day. Oh, this is real, and then you're 2 weeks ahead of the seller who waited and did FBA first.
Is it a good idea to take 10K from my TSB to invest into my business in Amazon? If you're asking that question, you should start out with substantially less capital. The cool thing, man, is I believe a TSP is like a military type of retirement account. I think I might be wrong on that. So that means you actually get military discounts. So like Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, a lot of retailers, as I'm sure you know, are going to give you additional discounts. So that's going to make stuff profitable for you that isn't profitable for other people. So that's going to be a benefit right off the bat.
We've always joked about heading off to boot camp for the 20% off. So you're you're ahead of us on that one.
FBA or FBM, both, for sure. Ideally FBM, but a lot of listings you aren't going to be able to FBM on. You're just going to list stuff for 36 hours FBM and see, or 72 hours and see if they sell, basically.
For sure. Found some Valentine's Day candy that is profitable, listed as generic. Yeah, do not sell that. They are you only want to sell listings that have the correct brand. Otherwise, it's technically like copyright infringement, and you don't want to play ball with that.
But yes, Miles, you're right. Yeah, cool, sweet. Yeah, if you got like, military, nursing, first responder, some websites even have student discounts, educator discounts. You got to take advantage of every advantage you can get. We'll see what happens. Attaboy.
For bundles, you have to put them in one bag, or will Amazon put them together? So you will send the products off however the customer is supposed to receive it. So if it's a 2-pack, you'll send it off in a poly bag together. If it's 2 items that are different, you'll box them together. If it's 12 items and they're super heavy, you want to throw them into a cardboard box. They don't break out of the poly bag, all that kind of stuff.
What's the difference between wholesale and arbitrage? Where you get the product. Arbitrage is going to be from a retailer. Wholesale is going to be from basically anything that's not like a retailer, like not like like a store, essentially, like Kohl's.com or Kohl's in-store, etc.
For sure. How do you handle random people hitting you with counterfeit without a test buy? Yeah, without a test buys are not too hard to beat. You'll just submit your documents from your supplier that is legitimate. Don't buy from Telegram. Don't buy from Alibaba, and you're good to go.
When's the next free class? Yeah, we didn't bring that up, but January 10th. So register for that. Link in the description. That's going to be super, super valuable. If you're a complete beginner, it's going to be some of the best, time you could put in, hour and a half in terms of getting this stuff going.
Yeah, those are always fun. We haven't done one in a second either, so we got some New Year's gems and all that for you guys. I just dropped a link in chat as well.
Sourced an RA lead, but it's not selling. Not sure where I went wrong. We're going to keep a SellerAmp graph. So you need to figure out if it's not selling for you or if it's not selling, if like the listing isn't selling, period. So take a look. First of all, my dog Michael Dean got a profile picture. That's the next thing we know. We'll get the Twitter video up. But you need to see if it's selling, if it's that the listing isn't selling or if it's just not selling for you. So look at the oscillation. Bolo just dropped actually. Oscillation of the offer count, right, in the keep it chart. And if the offer count is going up and down, you know it's moving, right? If not, then the overall listing isn't moving, right? And you need to, see that's not selling because the keep it chart looks bad and take the lesson away from that.
For sure. Do you have to repackage, rebrand every item? No. Most items you just put a sticker on it, unless it's like a bundle, like we're talking about. I've been fortunate enough to resell most of your FBM returns. How about y'all? Percentage of recent returns. Do you know what your percentages break down in terms of returns? Because we
Like
ran the numbers a while ago.
What's resellable or like store wide? Yeah. I'm not sure. And like on a high level of sales, you can get a lot more risky with what you end up sending back and such, right?
Yeah.
And I've definitely always kind of blended towards doing that.
Yeah, because for us, it's like 15 to 20% of returns that come back to us, we have to put on eBay or something. The rest of it you can send back in, or even the Amazon sends it back in for you. So that's not super atypical, Matt. You should be able to resell the vast majority of it.
Is it bad to FBA profitable but low rated product? You're gonna see in the keep it chart if the low reviews is an issue, right? It's going to show you in the keep it chart if that item isn't selling. So the brands sometimes don't provide an invoice. Yeah, you're just going to use the email, man. Man, if all Amazon has to do is change that one word, and it would legit save us. it would save tens of hours this year.
How many questions answered?
Just has to click that button and change it from invoices to email or invoices to and email receipts. That would save so much time. Oh my gosh, bro, that saves so much time.
Which you think is better, RA outlets or OA with cash back? Both is better. Your money will go further with RA though. So if you have $1,000, $2,000, you should hit the stores. Once you have $5,000, $10,000, it's going to be way easier to spend that money just sitting at the computer. It's you spend it faster, but it's generally less profitable when you do it online.
Yeah, it's also like online is way better long term because you can do it with the boys. You can delegate. You can send a prep center. You can get virtual assistants.
Yeah, you get rewarded for that sweat equity when you're in real life, though.
Thoughts on leads with bad reviews, but I sell. Yeah. Like don't look for every reason to not buy something. Like who gives a shit what the reviews are if it's selling a ton and it's extremely profitable? Like I'd say the returns might be higher, but like if the numbers make sense, the numbers make sense.
Let's see. Differences between wholesale arbitrage. Did we already answer that? I don't think so.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to make sure we don't miss the ones because there was a flurry at the beginning.
How can FBM be better? So certain items, right? Because we're coming out of December, our language is changing from like FBM everything to FBM some stuff. Next month, it's going to be pretty much FBM nothing, unless the market tells you to, right? Like you gotta, if like a listing is mainly FBM people, right? It would make no sense to not test it out FBM, right? But it's basically with FBA, you're not going to know if a purchase is good for 2 or 3 weeks. With FBM, you can know if a purchase was good within 12 hours. Like I listed something, I'm home in Pennsylvania this weekend and I have some stuff I want to sell FBM, and I listed it at like 3 o'clock and I already made a couple of sales on it.
You have the it's the same background everywhere you go. It's always the white wall. So it's
yeah, this one's a special one though. Like you can tell the line. This is a special white wall.
It's the perch.
Yeah.
How do you know if an ASIN has a lot of returns? You can actually look that up before. Do you know what that's called? Where you can look it up? I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Look up like Amazon category returns or something. You gotta kind of think to yourself. It's like it's all based on sizing, right? That's the main thing. It's like people kind of know what to expect when they're ordering deodorant, right? But people don't know what to expect when they order Air Force Ones.
Right. Yeah. So somewhere on, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but somewhere on Seller Central, it'll show you like the return data for every category, product, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's generally like if you hate returns, then just don't sell shoes and electronics, and you'll be fine,
But
basically.
if you make under $10,000 profit a month as a human being and you're worried about returns, you are worried about by far the wrong things. And I will stand by that till my deathbed. It breaks my heart when I see people saying that don't.
It's just one of those things that people like people just let returns. The idea that they might get returns hold them back, which is
instead of just
it's very sad to see.
My brother in Christ, you drive 30 minutes to Arby's every day for work. Like, come on. Also, do not. No, Will, come on, Will. You got to trust Uncle Flips, right? Uncle Fields. They said do not resubmit the same info. Luckily, you have a boatload of other info. You have a delivery email. You have a shipping email. Combine all that into one PDF. Yes, all big websites work, guys. All big websites work.
As long as your info is on it, you are good to go. Does the course have a 2-week money back guarantee? Yeah, absolutely. You can shoot me an email. Very few people use it because we massively over deliver on the value. But if it's not for you, don't think it's the right business for you, then shoot me an email.
Distribution. So yeah, like either the brand website tomorrow or like Kohl's, Frontier Co-op, really any of it. Like they made it so easy. It's a beautiful thing. I will keep trying. Yeah, well, simply just do it. Simply just do it.
Yeah, I mean, even with like a veteran account, some brands it's like submission number 10 is what it takes sometimes. Like, before you get the right Amazon rep that actually knows the rules and all that.
I had to do one of them earlier this year, like 20 times, but it was like
it's crazy.
I made a bag off it,
which is frustrating for beginners who are trying to get their first couple brands and all that. Like, it doesn't affect us too much, but it is frustrating.
I just got a multi-pack FBM order too. So let's see. I'm making like a 50% ROI. And then being that it's a multi-pack, now that ROI went up too.
Hell yeah. Are you complete 100% Amazon or you do some eBay? eBay is basically just like our returns. So it's like a couple $1,000 a month, just like whatever's left.
Yeah, choose your frustrating though, right? Yeah. Clocking in or dealing with the occasional ungate.
You submit the ungate request 20 times, or you go to the office for an extra decade of your life. The choice is yours.
Yeah, because you can only do one, right? It's the same thing with like social media. You can either be a complainer or you can make friends with beautiful, optimistic, growth-minded people, but you can't do both, right? You can't do both, right? There's two distinct subsets of people, and I know who will be substantially richer and substantially happier, and that the gap is widening too. Does SellerAmp help with website reverse sourcing? Yeah, man, watch a tutorial video for sure. Is there a tool like eBay, like their SellerAmp for Amazon? There's gotta be, but I don't know.
I think it's Zik is like the only thing that's close to it.
It might be that. Doesn't eBay have flat fees too? Because it's all fulfill yourself. You just kind of got to estimate.
I want to say it's different per category.
It is different per category.
Yeah.
But okay, so then that also answered my own question.
It would be the same thing that we have to solve, where it's like different fees for different. Yeah, it's like
finally got the Twitter going. Okay, next let's get a profile pic, Peyton. Let's get the profile pic. Baby steps, man.
Toss up the bars, toss up a box pic going out, tag us, and we'll retweet you on that too. We love having more positive people in the community.
Yeah, Eduardo, I think you'll need to wait for it to be verified. Honestly.
Do you ever get back your account level reserves? Yeah. So the reserves will pay out to you within 2 weeks. Like, it's on a rolling basis. So like as a new seller, you're only gonna get paid every 2 weeks, and that's for the sales that happened like 2 weeks to 4 weeks ago. And then after a while, you get paid every 2 weeks or every day for the sales that happened 2 weeks ago. But you're always gonna have a 2-week reserve period just in case returns and stuff. They say it's for returns. Really, they're short-term investing your money and doing who knows what. But it's part of playing the game.
Yeah, just like if you really want to get radicalized, ladies and gents, look up fractional reserve banking.
Don't get him started.
No, I mean, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm playing the game. I'm not complaining about it.
You have to.
Look up fractional reserve banking.
The game is dumb, but you have to play it, or you don't get what you want in life. You don't get what you want in life.
Should you get an LLC before signing up as an Amazon seller? It's completely up to you, dude. We're not lawyers, so we have no idea your situation. But yeah, you kind of just got to do your own research.
Is keep a 30-day estimated sales accurate. Typically, it's based on sales drops, which could be one sale or they could be 200 sales. So that's where we like to check the SellerAmp estimates. Obviously, we're biased on that kind of stuff, but that is a much more whole picture rather than just looking at chart drops.
So the email didn't say stop submitting. It said don't submit the same thing. So submit further info.
Yeah. So rename the PDF, circle the 10 units, underline your address. Then it's new information.
Can you triple ungate with the Darth Vader keychain? I mean, plug in the ASIN, man, and see. I probably, but you got to plug the ASIN in to find out.
Yeah, you definitely can. I don't know. What's the triple? Disney, I guess. Disney, Star Wars, Lego, probably. I know you could at least do Star Wars, Lego.
The toy category.
You could try the triple. Yeah. The toy category too. Yeah.
SellerAmp is more accurate. Yeah, for sure. Compared to Keep It Drops. Yeah.
Keep estimates are just based on the number of times a sales rank drops. So if it drops from 10 to 9 in any category, that's hundreds of sales better than the 9th ranked product. So that's why it's like sort of inaccurate once you get into like the fast selling stuff. And
theoretically, the sales rank could drop, but it could just be other items not selling as much. We can debate that stuff all day. there's a lot you can dig in.
That's like the 4,000 level of Amazon FBA.
Yeah. Oh, see, now here we go, Daniel. That's great advice right there. Yeah, that's very. Yep, that makes a bunch of sense. Yep. Very, very good call, Daniel.
Yep.
How accurate is monthly sales in a specific variation? Is it solid base to make decisions? So the only data that really matters is going to be the Keep It chart, in terms like what advanced sellers are actually looking at in regards to that stuff. But those other little points definitely aren't going to hurt.
Yeah, typically you're just looking for like the velocity at which a certain variation is gaining reviews. It's just like a nice extra validation.
Yep, spot on. Damn, that website I was telling you about just followed up with me.
Are they on your case?
Oh no, they want that. They actually did gate an ASIN that I bought though, so I do kind of have beef with them.
Tragic.
What is the normal time to sell shoes after listing? It depends. Some will never sell. Some will sell incredibly quick. It's going to depend on the specific Keep It chart for that variation.
Yeah. If you're doing FBA, you can typically make sales like 1 to 2 weeks after you send the first box in, and then all of it will check in within 3 to 4. Do you only ungate as needed or ahead? It's just as needed because you're just going to use the invoice for whatever you bought profitably and submit that.
Yeah. Like it should pretty much only be as needed. Like the big issues with this stuff is like buying and selling through good inventory, ideally on stuff you're ungating. Obviously, you get that done over time. But like people love to worry about everything except what matters. How many different listings you guys personally have to reach a certain amount of profit, or a few listings help you reach that profit? So it's all just based on output, Luigi. How much profit are they making you, right? Some people have 50 ASINs, some people have 500 ASINs, and the guy with 50 ASINs might make more if he's on better listings, right? Therefore, it's not the quantity of ASINs, it's all in the quality of ASINs.
For sure. Yeah. Because I would imagine I was at way more ASINs when I was hitting 10K profit than you were, because you're doubling down on stuff. We go super wide. It's just different philosophies, but it all works. Like that's the beautiful part. You find what works for you.
Because you guys will see, like, as you storefront stock different listings, you're going to see people with all types of different brands, all types of
stuff you've never seen before, categories you've never even looked at, and they're also running a multi-million-dollar business with stuff you've never even thought about.
Yep. Tons of opportunity. You just got to legit, you just got to be able to, like, pretty much everyone's money problems would be solved if you could find one good ASIN a day, right? For the next year, that's 365 ASINs, right? You figure
you're going to make at least $100 on that ASIN.
Yeah, right. And then it's like certain ones in December, if you do things right, a couple thousand, and such, and, good things happen. Tips on opening a business account. Do you connect to Amazon? So yeah, man, I mean, there's really no such, it's kind of like just open the account, honestly. And I assume you mean bank account. You connect to Amazon. Yeah.
Sales rank data is good in the last 3 months. Inconsistent parts of the year. Should you stop selling it? I mean, only if it stops selling for you. Like, it sounds like you're probably like already in stock on it. So just kind of gauge how much slower it's selling. It's probably like a seasonal, like maybe it's a pair of pants or a hoodie or something like that, or it's Unless it's like obviously seasonal, then keep selling it. Like don't restock the like Christmas light listing, but you can restock the
Yeah, if it
the
ain't
sweatband.
broke, it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, if it's selling, keep pumping it. Yeah, but like I like the way you're thinking though. You're totally thinking about this stuff the right way.
For sure. Would you recommend using credit cards for capital only if you already have the money backed up, or if you've been doing this for 6 months plus, you're very confident, you're good at what you do, then you can think about leveraging credit cards. But please do not start this business on credit cards with money you don't have. That is not what we want you to do.
Would y'all recommend buying multiple small orders? I've been keep getting denied left and right on some decent ASINs. Nate, I assume you mean in terms of order cancels, and yeah, try that, and then also try like Apple Pay, Google Pay, different payment gateways, then eventually switching up your information too. I think is going to be a good play. Yeah, good time to start to make it a more automated business. So it's once kind of you need it and you're already making money, which is typically going to be somewhere in the ballpark of like 3 to 5K a month in profit.
For sure. Yeah, it seems like a good amount of new sellers, which is awesome for the new year, hanging out tonight. So I'm gonna drop it in, at least in my chat, the link to our free course. Miles has his free course as well. So check that out down below if you're new to Amazon. We both have a couple hours of content for you guys. Dive in, learn the basics, and then come back. Once you've spent a little bit of time sourcing, you'll be able to ask really high quality questions. We'd love to help you out with that.
Yeah, definitely check that out. How much is the Discord? Free 99, my brother in Christ. Yeah, you definitely can. Yeah. So if something costs 25 and if it's definitely available in the $100 a month one too. Yeah, definitely. They don't just nerf the $100 or they don't like take away features. Yeah.
Do a template for tracking expenses inventory. There's just a little bit of one in the free course I dropped, Johanna, especially for like tracking your purchases.
Here we go. This is a very good question. How to get accurate data from items that have multiple listings with different ASINs. The cool thing is the same way you look at them with one ASIN, except you have double or triple or maybe even 4 times the profit potential, right? So just look at the Keep It chart, Amanda, and ideally you FBM it on both ASINs.
A lot of love for the roadmap in chat too.
Appreciate it.
100 ROI FBM is the username on YouTube. That's a fantastic username. Yeah, you definitely made money during December. How much did you make?
I used to, but Sash just keep it as overpowered for sourcing. Yeah, made the money back and ripping that tweet. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, family. Appreciate it. Yeah, right. Like the cool thing is you can see like you only got to learn all the basics once. And that's, could be a week, could be a month, could be a couple months, right? You just want to hammer through as much content as you can and start applying it as quick as possible when you're a beginner so you can pay down the ignorance tax as quick as possible and just get all that, know all the terms, know how to analyze the product, know how to find a product, etc. Right there. And definitely check out the stuff Warner just dropped with the Launchpad, and then also just go on YouTube and search Fullster Miles free course. And that'll be pretty helpful for you guys as well, I think.
Opening Amazon account 3 weeks ago, did 200 auto engates. You'll love to see it. Made a few sales, waiting for some invoices. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Yep. 3 weeks ago, I would imagine you got introduced to the ecosystem right around that time based on you taking action, that kind of stuff. Roadmap's the next purchase. Yeah. Would love to help you out. All the free stuff will help you hit 10K a month easily, and then you can scale with the paid stuff to 100.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as waiting for name brand invoices. Just use the emails, man. That'll be way quicker.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay, this is a W question here. I'm curious your thoughts on this as well, Warner. The moral implications of selling seed oils on Amazon. Yeah, pretty criminal, honestly.
We need the seed oil alert on SellerAmp.
I've been telling. Yeah. I'm telling. Yeah.
You show us how to see buy box stats on Seller. Do you have an ASIN handy, Miles?
I'll toss one over.
I didn't know if you had an Amazon listing pulled up.
I'll give you 1 sec.
But that is a good question. I can. Oh, I'm getting 2-factored, of course.
Nope. I'll just show it here.
You got it. Show buy box rotation.
Cool. Let's see what we got. So this is how you see where the buy box is actually going, like what price, etc., and how often, etc. So we just go here, right? We scroll down on the AMP all the way to the bottom here, right? So now we can see, right, who's getting the buy box, how often, right here. We can filter top to bottom to see the average price, who's getting at the highest prices, right? We can see who's winning it the most here. So like this seller over the past 30 days is getting it 35% of the time, and he last won it 1 day ago. This one's getting it 12% of the time, last won it 3 weeks ago, etc. And then we can see who's won it most recently. So you can see that different people are getting the buy box at different prices within literally the same day, right? And such, and that shows that it's not just about who's the lowest. You got to look at where the buy box is actually going, and then we can see that, you know, sometimes the buy box will be 26, but the lowest price will be 25. Now, super important right here. Can you drop a 1 in the chat if you don't get why the buy box would be 26, but the lowest price would be 25? Drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to explain that, because that's really, really important. And just let me know if that doesn't make sense, and I'll explain it with an example here. These glasses block blue light. Yes. Glasses block blue light. Yeah. Carabini's. Yeah, carabini's are lit. The sales rank's 1 still. Like a lot of stuff's still profitable. Okay, cool. All right.
The people want to dive.
Okay, so all right. The reasoning that the buy box would go way above the lowest price is if the lowest price has a worse delivery date, aka is back ordered. So we can see the seller currently in the buy box here has a fantastic delivery date. Their delivery date is January 8th. It's January 4th today, right? If we go to the lowest price sellers here, we can see these sellers have inferior delivery dates. Theirs are January 9th to the 11th, January 11th, January 9th. Like this seller's probably getting a good amount of buy box share. January 16th. Now the buy box does rotate here, but the better delivery dates you have, the more sales you're going to be able to see. So it's primarily driven by price and delivery dates, and you're going to verify where the buy box is going using that feature we just showed you on SellerAmp. Now, how to improve your own delivery dates as an FBM seller? It's using 0-day handling time, right? And then as an FBA seller, it's basically just waiting for your stuff to check in.
Yeah, just being in stock.
Right? It's important that when you send in FBA inventory, you do not price it low. You want to price it high when you send an FBA inventory. So even if your items are back ordered, you're not causing bozos to list below you because they think you're getting sales when you're not if you're back ordered.
Yeah, so that product's a great example of why you price at the buy box and you don't price at the low price, because anyone who's at the low price on that listing costs themselves $1 for no reason. Why do you use a prep center? Don't they charge like 3x prep fees? Well, if you pay sales tax in the state you're in, it's probably a lot less to pay them $1 to prep your item versus the 6 to 10% sales tax you're probably paying. And we don't have a warehouse because that's not the type of business we want to run. It might make sense to get a warehouse, but just like time freedom wise, it's so much worth the trade-off to pay a few $1,000 a month to not have people to manage and a location to be tied down, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And that these are, in my opinion, that like you do scrap, especially if you're a young male, you gotta scrap, claw, and fight. And if you're FBM your way to that first 50 to 100 bands in the bank after tax, that freedom money too. But the prep center does make sense too. Can you ungate using Dick's Sporting Goods? Yeah, all big websites, man, right? Like any website you guys think of works for ungating, like especially brand websites, but all big websites work. Like you just got to submit a bunch.
For sure. What's the roadmap? Roadmap is our kind of step-by-step guide. So it comes with all the videos you need. It's like 20 hours, weekly Zoom calls, software discounts, prep center discounts, negotiated rates with sales tax-free prep centers. Whole lot of goodies, one-time fee. You can check it out. It's below both of our channels.
Yep, absolutely.
How do you train your VAs? What tools do you tell them to use? SellerAmp and Keepa, plus like Sales Gazer. They check just like to get some sales under the belt from our friend Chris. Like Capital One Shopping for coupons, that kind of thing. But the only paid tools are SellerAmp and Keepa.
Just live. How much do prep centers cost? Whatever they're charging, man. Typically, it's going to be between $1 and $1.50 per unit.
Yeah. Last half of his VA question was about the trial week. If they didn't find any leads during their trial week when they're trying to impress you, then they might not be a very impressive hire.
Do you list your products after getting the shit to your house? Yeah, man, for sure. What do we think is the I was thinking about this in the shower. What do we think is the percentage of Amazon sellers that have been doing it for over a month where another Amazon seller has heard their voice? that learned from at least us and like the social media. It's disgustingly low.
5% at most.
At most.
At most.
Right? And guess
But
who
that
makes
5% is
guess who
absorbing.
makes all the money? Yeah,
Yeah.
who makes all
Yeah.
the money?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the 5%.
It's gotta be like it might be lower than that.
It probably is.
Right?
It
Like
probably
it
is.
really because think about it, right? You either have gigantic balls and posted a video yourself online, or you spoke up in a call in a community you paid for, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there's what, 130 people watching right now, then probably at least 100 of them will never, or even there's what, like 50 to 75 of them who won't even ask the question in the live. They're just kind of hanging out, which is great.
Hey, we love
Hi,
you
if
guys
that's you,
regardless,
we
right?
love hanging out with you.
We
But you
want
need to take
what's
action.
best
You need to be
for you.
active.
Yeah. We want what's best for you, and we are going to fervently recommend. Warren and I have both done consulting with hundreds of people, and the people we see win are the people who are working together. And the way to find people to work together with is to exist on the internet. And yes, your high school friends will think it's weird if they find it, but they're not making money anyway.
When is Miami? It's like MiamiSellersConference.com, I think it's what it is. It's in March. So we'll be there. We'll be at ASD in August. I know you'll be at United. I don't know if I'm gonna. Is it the week after ASD again this year?
You really should though.
Is it the week after ASD though?
It's one day though, and you can fly into Newark, so you can be in and out in one day. It's right near the Newark airport. Yeah.
I guess it's not a layover from here anymore.
No, that is also true. No, but you can't go direct from
not from Madison. Not from Madison.
Wow,
no.
Okay. Either way though, yeah. It is worth it though. It's for sure worth it. Does that affect? Yeah, you need. Yeah. Jawan, man, if you're in the live, you need the professional account, man. You're not gonna be able to do a bunch of stuff without the professional.
Yeah.
There is not Rizzle Manizzle. Where do you get the websites to buy inventory? You find good Amazon listings, you Google them, right? And then you figure out what websites carry that product. Then you make them profitable via coupons, discounts, etc.
Yeah, if you're asking that type of question, I just dropped the link in my chat. Again, it's the free course. Watch that, and you'll have a much better idea of what's going on here.
Can you provide information about the Miami convention? Yeah, so we don't own it, so it's kind of hard. We also don't get paid for you guys going.
We just want to see you guys. We just want to see you there.
Yeah, it's MiamiSellersConference.com. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Not sponsored, but we want to see you there. We don't want to go through the effort of throwing a whole like awesome event together. They do a great job. So you guys come and we'll see you guys there.
Miami Stars. It is crazy the amount of people that'll just like text me like, yo, what, like fucking Google it. Like there's not going to be that many things that are on there. Yeah, so ASD, it's whatever it says on the ASD website, man. In Las Vegas. Yeah, we're not going to be at the March one, I don't think, though.
No, I'm not. I don't want to be in Vegas on my birthday. That sounds terrible.
That's
which is like the opposite of what most people think.
That's how you know you're on the right track. Yeah. Cool, sweet guys. So yeah, we'll be on for another minute or two. So feel free to keep firing away on the questions, right? And then we know it's the new year. A lot of you guys are just getting started with this stuff. So we really recommend couple action items, right? You can go on YouTube and search Flips for Miles free course. That'll walk you through that. The auto one gate ASINs are in the description. The free Discord is in the description, right? Also, underrated recommendation is just go online and follow all the FBA accounts on Instagram and Twitter that you see us interacting with. You're going to end up getting immersed in the space a lot more. You're going to end up picking up a little piece of info here, little piece of alpha here. That's going to help it a lot more. You can get a free trial of SellerAmp on SellerAmp.com and then just start taking action with this stuff, right? It's really not intimidating. You got to remember that 60 years ago, you would have been sent to shoot guns in the Vietnam War by the government, right? And that starting a business is not scary.
It is crazy. Like you leave the ecosystem of everyone who runs businesses, you go back home for the holidays, and it's a big scary thing to start a business for some reason.
And
like
it's not a big scary thing to do.
It's like a huge mental block that people have for no reason. So you guys being here are clearly one step ahead of a lot of that. So take the final step. You've got the information.
Dominate them, right? Think of the girl who turned you down in 2nd grade, the English teacher who told you wouldn't be shit, the kid who bullied you in middle school. Don't let them be right. Don't let them be right. You're in a battle every day to not let them be right. Some of y'all are letting them be right. Should I do a spreadsheet of every product you sell? What do you think? What do you think? You think that would make you more organized or less organized, right?
And when that product sells, or you forgot about it 6 months from now, and oh, that sale's back. Let me look at all the products I just found at that sale last time. Bang, there you go. You got a bunch of stuff with no new work. The one girl that shoved you into a locker. Yeah, when you're throwing stuff into your FBM packages, remember the
right.
the girl throwing you into a locker. That's your villain origin story right there.
Yeah.
Would you recommend using Amazon's repricing tool? No.
Yeah. Once you have 10 plus ASINs, use an automated repricer, which we have videos on our.
As a general rule, do not follow Amazon's recommendations for price or restock. They want you to make sales, not profit. We obviously want to help you make profit.
Cool. All right, sweet. Have a great night, everyone. We love you guys. We will be back in tomorrow. It sounds like a Pee-wee football coach. Yeah, exactly, right? But at the end of the day, right, like I'm just trying to get you to improve your life, to take those steps that Warner and I overcame back in the day, right? We want to help you guys get there in half the time, and we know what's possible. So we're going to fervently recommend that right there. Now, if another Amazon seller hasn't heard your voice, that is probably the most important thing you can do that's not buying a good product this week. And yeah, appreciate it. See you guys soon.
Good to see everybody. You'll have a good rest of your night.
See you tomorrow. 5 o'clock.